Alrighty, guys, let's take a look at ScopeOut. This is the true version 1. It is now completely live on scopeout.solveforyou.io and ready for you guys to use and get your requirements all scoped out. All right, so when we log in, we see the projects page. So let's create a new project. I'm going to say, let's say, create a Nashville themed Italian restaurant. If you guys remember for the first video, this is the project we decided on. So Italian restaurant, great. And we can just enter the same thing here, or we can choose we want an AI improved description. So let's just click that, and you'll notice you can choose project complexity, which comes into play in a second. We'll see. Basically, ScopeOut is generating the whole project structure, so like the hierarchy of requirements, so not just the requirements, but the parent, what we call components, categories, and then focus areas. So we'll check with moderate project. That means we're going to generate 5 focus areas, 4 categories each, 5 components, and 6 requirements. Let's do that to start. Awesome. So we have this enhanced description, which is in Markdown, but it will be rendered later. We'll check it out. So next, we're going to go to the discovery questions. So ScopeOut's going to generate a series of discovery questions to help guide you through sort of thinking through the project before it decides to create the requirements. So what is your concept for the Nashville themed Italian restaurant? Blah, blah, blah. So we're going to, yes, we want live bluegrass music, and we'll say, yeah, that's good for now. Let's go to the next question. What's my target market? And this is going to be nice. A broad spectrum, local residents, university students, families, and yeah, we'll select all of those. And yeah, we'll say it's a mid-range budget balance between quality, ingredients, design, and marketing efforts. And you don't have to answer all these, but I'll just answer one more. Yeah, high traffic area definitely to start. And we'll proceed to project structure generation. So this is going to generate the focus areas and the subcategories, which is it's basically the high level of topics that our project's going to generate. Awesome. So our focus areas that it generated, so 6 focus areas and 4 categories. So Nashville Italian culinary fusion. So this is about the menu, develop a unique menu that blends Italian culinary traditions with Nashville's local flavors. Boom. Brand identity and marketing strategy. That's very important. Restaurant design and ambiance, operational excellence and efficiency. Boom. And so we can open one of these. We'll see the subcategories. So in brand identity and marketing strategy, we'll see brand identity design and messaging, social media marketing strategy, local partnerships and public relations, and website and online ordering system. Excellent. Makes sense. And we will click OK. And then we got an enhanced project description that took into account our answers to the discovery questions. You can see the mid-range budget, high traffic location, all of that good stuff that we learned on the discovery session. And now we will proceed with generating the requirements. So we can see here our focus areas, and we expanded this one to see the subcategories, and now it's going to generate the components of this category and then the requirements, which are child objects of the components. So we'll give it a second. Okay, cool. So it generated all the components for Nashville-inspired Italian menu development, and so that includes these components, 5 components: recipe research and development, menu engineering and pricing, ingredient sourcing, supplier management, recipe testing and refinement, menu design and documentation. And we'll open up this component, recipe research and development, see a little short description, and then we see the requirements that it generated. So establish the recipe database where we're going to store the recipes while we work on them. Nashville ingredient sourcing guide, awesome. Recipe adaptation and testing, recipe cost analysis, and culinary team collaboration platform. So we can all collaborate on the recipes. So As you can see, it is generating. Okay, these ones are generated. Is this one generated? No, this one's not generated yet. So we're working on, we can see the project basically building itself. And yeah, so we'll open up another one. Menu design. Okay, let's see what it decided. Digital menu management system. Okay, so we want a digital menu with POS for online ordering. Definitely. And then we want the ability to export the menu as a PDF. That makes sense. Seasonal ingredient sourcing, recipe management, menu design, templates and style guide, definitely. And menu item photography and videography. Perfect. And I have my dog coming up here saying hello. Hello, Sadie. Get your ball. Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Good girl. Go get your ball. And yes, we're going to just give it a minute while it generates. So we'll see the requirements. So we can see, progress of where we're at generating all the requirements. So it's going to generate, let's see, about 75 of these we'll say is the focus areas, categories, components. So it's basically generating a little over 600 requirements when we're done. And that's a moderate complexity project. You can, if you want a quick brainstorming session, just say we're doing a simple project all the way up to enterprise where it generates over 2,000 requirements. And just while it's generating, you can go into ChatGPT and say, generate a list of requirements. You're going to be hard pressed to have it generate, 600 requirements at a time. And then when you're done with it, what do you do with those requirements? I mean, if you're, trying to stay organized, you want to put those in a project management platform like, ClickUp or Notion, something like that. But often the best way to have that data is in a CSV in sort of a spreadsheet format. So that's what we're doing right here. And we can export it at any time, but I'm just going to wait until we're finished generating all, 650 requirements before we export it as a CSV. Let's see. A couple other cool things. When it is finished generating, you'll see it will generate a project plan and execution plan for you to create the project. But also, we have a built-in AI agent that is aware of all of the information in your project. Right now, it can answer any questions and sort of help you think through requirements. But in the future, we are looking to build an agent first user experience. So all of the CRUD operations, all of the actions that you would take on the app are actually going to be done through the agent. So you just talk to the agent. Hey, I don't like that requirement. Hey, I need an additional focus area. We need to make sure that we're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And the agent will help you do all of that. Ideally, at the end of the day, you're just speaking to the agent on your phone and the agent's building this nice project plan for you. Say hi, Sadie. It's okay. So we'll keep giving it a second. And yep. I might fast forward through this part. But the cool thing is that you can just set it to build out your entire project. It takes about, depending on project complexity, takes about 3 to 10 minutes to build out your entire project. And that's it. We can see the enhanced project description on the description page, which is really cool. And yeah, this is like the main quick knowledge base that AI will use throughout the app, as opposed to once it gets super detailed, then it will aggregate all the requirements and descriptions. You can see on this requirements list, we see the requirement name, and you can hover over and see the description, which will export when you export that CSV. And you can see the parent focus area, category, and component of these requirements with some pagination right there. And also, search, recipe related ones, boom. And also nicely filter. So additionally, yeah, so this items page is just showing the entire project structure. So yeah, all your focus areas and the subcategories and then the sub components, which when you click on it, each component, you can see the sub requirements. Put those in a pop-up just to, as a little information overload if we have all the requirements visible here, and we can always see the requirements by themselves on this page. So yeah, we'll just give it a minute or two to finish generating. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, so we're at the second to last focus area, accessibility and compliance. Really cool. The idea is when you're starting a project on ScopeOut is to be like, wow, they thought of everything. So amazingly important. American Disabilities Act compliance audit, very very cool, and accessibility training, all of this stuff that you might not think of, and easily, since it's creating basically a spreadsheet row, easy to bulk upload that spreadsheet into your ticketing project management platform and track it. The other cool thing, just as a quick side note while it's almost finished, is that when I'm reviewing project requirements and tickets and scopes, sometimes with clients, we're looking at a couple hundred requirements at least, and not everybody has time to review all those necessarily. So ideally, we have this agent to ask it quick questions, to give it overviews, and to get straight to the point with all information in one place. So we'll see how that plays out. We're so close. We have one last generation I think it's looking for. Financial planning and risk mitigation, excellent. Yeah, so cool. It's this last one, insurance and legal compliance. And awesome, generation is complete. So yeah, 600 requirements are generated. Amazing. And yeah, we'll generate the project plan while we're at it. Awesome. Nashville themed Italian restaurant project plan, knows the current date, and overviews the scope and objectives, implementation strategy with real-time date. So yeah, it looks like it will take us about a year and a half to open this restaurant, which makes sense. You can adjust that in the future, but that's what it's generating. Nice table, all this stuff. Now, let's ask some questions to the agent. So we'll open it up right there. Awesome. Tell me about this project. 143. Yeah, aims to open a Nashville themed Italian restaurant in 12 to 18 months and involves blah, blah, blah. Tell me how we are going to decide on recipes. I think you guys are familiar with the AI chat interface at this point, but just helpful that we have an agent to help us. Yep. Adapting Italian restaurants with Nashville ingredients, totally. Um, yeah, let's see. Something. How will we decide on a location? Foot traffic data, visibility, and accessibility. Boom. Love it. And also, it has a voice feature, so you can talk with your agent as well. And yeah, I don't know if you can hear this on your end, but it is the agent talking to us, and it's actually using the 11 Labs integration to do that. And so I'm going to ask it. What was I going to ask it? How allow? Will we have live music at the restaurant? Amazing. And that's using OpenAI's Whisper API too to get the
Yes. Stakeholder feedback and the enhanced.
Absolutely. So that's just what it said in the project plan and just what we decided in the original discovery section. Okay, very last part of this project, I'm going to now export the CSV. Awesome. And that happened so fast. And I'm going to just drop it into Google Drive so we can open up that spreadsheet nicely. And is this the one? Yep. We'll open up this spreadsheet with Google Sheets. And, it's just a CSV, so we'll just clean it up a little bit. Amazing. And then we have our, do a fun little filter at the top. And boom. So we have the entire project plan, all requirements. Yep, all 600 requirements. And all organized by, focus area, category, and component. And we can bulk upload this into Asana or Notion or whatever we'd like. And yeah, hopefully you think, wow, we thought of everything. And yeah, so many cool other developments that we want to make, but excited to launch this as version 1. And I hope you guys enjoy. So looking forward to your feedback always. And yeah, I'm excited. Thank you guys. Let's scope out.